dismiss history at our peril.
Liberty Nation Radio with Mark Angelides.
And we're back on Liberty Nation Radio. I remain Mark Angelides, and we continue our conversation with Liberty Nation's national security correspondent, Mr. Dave Patterson. Dave, thank you for sticking around. Really appreciate it. I guess the topic we want to talk about now is what's happening with these this recent spate of bombings of drug boats. Give me your view from a 20,000-foot drone, Dave.
Well, first of all, it's pretty effective behavior modification. I think if you jump in your speedboat and load it up with narcotics, fentanyl and cocaine, there's a very good chance now that you will not make it to your destination and that you'll be embraced and kissed by a Hellfire missile, which will probably, in most cases, ruin your entire day.
Very much so. Very much so. So this is something actually quite different, though, isn't it? That from what we've seen in the past, even during the height of the war on drugs, which, congratulations, drugs, it appears you won. But actually targeting stuff before it's coming into the country rather than, trying to seize it at the border or doing interdictions at specific places with the cooperation of those foreign governments. This seems to be, as you say, like just sending a huge message to anybody who's going to try and bring things in, isn't it?
Yes, but nonetheless, it's effective, yeah. and it comports, I think, with the idea of foreign terrorist organizations, which is the rubric under which they have the administration has taken this particular approach. You know, it's interesting that for the most part, people did not become very upset with taking out Soleimani and Arab terrorists. There was a little bit of a dust up, but nothing past a news cycle. But now all of a sudden, the people who are real terrorists and doing real terrorist things that have the potential of being very disruptive and destructive to the United States, killing as many as 250,000, of course, during the Biden administration through the spread of fentanyl and fentanyl-laced narcotics. President Trump has said, okay, first and foremost, cartels are foreign terrorist organizations. Therefore, as foreign terrorist organizations, we will use the full power of the United States in international waters in order to take them out. And it looks like that's been done very effectively.
Yeah, it's quite the legal process, isn't it? There's so much criticism of this, particularly from the political left, for doing this. And one of the main refrains I keep seeing, both on let's call it the mainstream media, social media, even from elected politicians, is that we're just killing people indiscriminately now, the first thing that popped into my head was, have you guys met Barack Obama? Do you remember this guy with his drone strikes, killing Lord knows how many
an American citizen
people?
Mind you.
Yeah, and that. And there was none of the same pushback. Sure, there was the occasional tutting, but it seemed that Barack Obama could do no wrong in certain eyes. And yet this, where he's gone through the process, as you say, the cartels are... President Trump's gone through the process of designating the cartels foreign terrorist organization. And that opens up, for anybody who plays any kind of video game from the 1990s, it opens up a menu of, these are the things you can do now. Walk forward, drop a bomb on them in international waters. It opens up that whole menu of actions that can be taken that are within the law of the land. And yet it's almost as though, and I don't want to apply malicious intent here, but it's almost as though they would rather the drugs arrive and then deal with what that is, and as you say, 250,000 deaths, then make America look a little bit tougher than it is.
Well, I think that it's a case of not making America look more tougher than it is. It's making America look resolute and of a single mind in terms of dealing with cartels. Now, I think that the left has a very big problem. They had 4 years to do nothing. They had 4 years to cause the problem.
Apparently, that's not what they were voted in for, by the way. Nothing. Although
I
some people
don't believe that.
There's an argument to be made that we vote people in and they're not allowed to do anything for 4 years, we'd be in a much better position. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, we found out that that's not the case.
Yeah.
And the left has like I say, they have a very difficult situation. All they do is attack. They don't provide any sort of positive solutions themselves because they don't have any. And so when someone actually does something that is a positive and proactive is the word I think is the most appropriate, proactively deals with a problem that is causing the deaths of Americans, then if they have a big problem. But they don't have any solutions themselves. This has been the perennial issue between conservatives and liberals. Liberals seldom have any sort of a solution, whereas conservatives tend to be proactive. I always used to proactive with issues and proactive in finding solutions. But in politics, of course, Republicans need to look at the playbook for the Democrats. I always make the comment that the Democrats go to knife fights with guns. Republicans go to lunch.
And on that note, I think that's probably something we can all agree on. Dave Patterson, thanks ever so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Mark. Happy to be with you.
And that's all we have time for on this week's edition of Liberty Nation Radio. I've been your host, Mark Angelides. I'd like to thank our special guests today, Mr. Jim Fight and Dave Patterson, for taking the time to join us. And of course, thank you, the listeners at home, who take the time each week to tune in. You are appreciated. Now, please remember, Liberty Nation does not endorse campaigns, candidates, or legislation, and this presentation is no endorsement.
We dismiss history at our peril.
Liberty Nation Radio with Mark Angelides.